There is no passion, there is no aggression, there's no mindset. I drew every single day for 6 months, and at the end of it, I had somehow gotten worse. Not a little worse, way worse. And before you say it, yes, I know. I thought I was doing everything in the book, or at least everything everyone told me to do. Fundamentals, references, anatomy, construction, tutorials. Then when I do it, it looks like something that belongs in the freaking trash. So here's the question in practice. You just draw the shape and ask where the surface goes. I call it follow through. Probably not the correct technical term. It's most likely just contour lines, but follow through is what clicked for me. And honestly, it sounds cooler. I feel like a baller every time I do it, you know? Like, oh, that's it. That's the thing. And yeah, that's the thing. Fair warning, I'm not a good teacher and I don't pretend to be. This is just what worked for me. This is what I started with. It is bad. It is genuinely embarrassingly bad. And I'm showing you anyway because that's the kind of point. It's just, here's where I actually am video. When you look at my sketchbook, you can definitely tell it is not pretty. And that's the point. I want to let you know that this isn't something that you have to do with perfection. This is simply an exercise or a drill that helps train your mind to see shapes and forms in a 3D-like manner. To approach that, all you have to really think about is, how do I draw a line that conveys something wrapping around this shape? The more I was drawing, the better I got, and sometimes it wasn't even correct. Even if it's wrong when we look at this right now or something looks off, that wasn't the point. The point was just to continuously warm up and practice, training my mind to look for ways that a shape can become three-dimensional, looking for these opportunities. You might be thinking, well, that's cool and all, but how do I even look for these opportunities and where do I start? That's a valid question, and I hope I can address that for you. Whenever I start off warming up and doing a sketch of some sort, I like just drawing a random bean. With this bean, it doesn't matter how you drew it. As long as it just looks organic in nature, that's all that matters. Whenever we try to start, the first line is always important, but don't let that paralyze you. You can literally do any line that you want as long as it's in the middle of something. So when I see this bean, you would just start with one line down the middle. It can be horizontal, it can be vertical, it can be diagonal. But you build off of that because it kind of shapes the identity. And you might think, well, this isn't really rapping per se. The first line doesn't have to really rap. With this line in the middle, it is now our line of reference. That's probably not the right term, and anyone who is more educated than me on the matter, please feel free to let me know, because I would love to actually put a word on this. On this line of reference, there's a line going down, and there's an arc to it. There's a curvature. The next one that you want to do, you can just build off of it. This is your reference line. So when I make the next one, I can just make one going away from it. And then if I go on the other side, you just do the same thing as a result. Like, look, I'm not even doing this perfectly or well. It might not even be correct at all, but it still helps me understand that, yeah, maybe that is wrong or maybe that is correct. Just simply asking the question, where is the follow through? Where does the line continue, even if it's just on this page? And I can definitely tell that if I want this to wrap around this oval, which kind of looks like a watermelon to me, there's like a tiny shallow ellipse here maybe, but I think that's a little too much, so maybe it's even more shallow. I hope that makes sense for you, and you might be wondering next, this exercise might sound cool on paper, but did it actually improve your art? And my response to that is, yeah, I think it did. Some of these sketches would indicate my thought process throughout the period of where is the follow through. On this face, I'm trying to think about where is the frontal plane and where is the side plane, and as a result, it just helped me train myself more and more. It wasn't an end-all be-all, but it did help me understand what I was actually looking for. The problem wasn't my effort. It wasn't my consistency. It wasn't even my studies. I was just drawing everything flat. And I had no clue. You know that feeling when you just draw a face and it feels so off? Like, I did the guidelines for TikTok, so why is the face not facing? And the reason, which nobody told me until pretty recently, is that real forms don't stop at the edge of what you can see. Oh wow, you think? Hear me out. Take this ball for example. A ball doesn't end where your eye stops following it. Like, if you see from your perspective, it still continues, right? It doesn't just stop there. An object wraps, it turns, it continues into the part where you can't see. Does that sound obvious to you? Because it sounded obvious to me too. And I still couldn't do that. I didn't suddenly get good at drawing. I just finally had a question worth asking, and once I could see in 3D, just even a little bit, the fundamentals finally made sense. Like, they clicked in a way they never did when I was just watching someone explain them. So, if you're someone who knows what the fundamentals are, understand why they matter, but it feels like you're not even qualified to do them, maybe start here. Not because it's a magic fix, it's not, but it's a real starting point. Just grab a page, draw something random, ask yourself, where does the surface go? Where's the follow through? And see what happens. I'd love to know how it goes for you because I'm still figuring this out and I genuinely want to know. I'll still be here drawing blobs. I'm not a pro. I'm not even an art student. I'm just someone who likes art and wants to learn more about it. But for the first time, I actually know why. And I think that's kind of everything to me right now. The fact that I get to know what I'm doing wrong now, it's so liberating. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video format as well as just like everything in general. I hope you stay safe, drink lots of water, and take care of yourself. Bye bye! This is me from the future. I forgot to say thank you so much for going to the end and watching this video. I would love to hear more about your art journey down in the comments. Oh, and I forgot about liking and subscribing. If you can do that, thank you. Bye bye!